You're 32 years old, making decent money, probably around $60,000 a year, and yet every month you're wondering where all of it went. You've got maybe $5,000 in savings, no retirement account, and you're still renting because you just haven't figured out how to save for a down payment. Meanwhile, you scroll through social media, seeing people your age buying homes, traveling, and somehow living completely different financial lives. Here's the thing, they're not making radically more money than you. They just hit certain milestones you haven't yet. Hi, my name is Natal, and I always think what milestone I need to achieve in my 30s to fit in. If you're someone who also wants to know what things I need to own in my 30s, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, your 30s are not the time to figure things out. That was your 20s. This decade, this is your financial make or break decade. According to the latest data from Empower, the average person in their 30s has a net worth of $321,549. But here's what most people don't realize. That's the average. The median net worth for people in their 30s is only $24,508. You know what that massive gap tells me? Most people in their 30s are financially broke, while a small group is absolutely crushing it. And the decisions you make right now, this year, this month, determine which group you end up in by 40. The scary part? According to recent research, 1 in 3 Americans has zero emergency savings. Zero. And 30% can't afford an unexpected $400 expense. If that's you right now, don't feel ashamed, but do feel urgency, because every month you delay these milestones costs you exponentially more down the line. The emergency fund. Here's your first non-negotiable milestone. You need 6 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account. Not someday, not eventually, by the middle of your 30s. Now, you might be thinking, Natal, that's like $20,000 to $30,000 just sitting there doing nothing. And that's exactly the mindset keeping you broke. That money isn't doing nothing. It's preventing you from derailing your entire financial life when your car breaks down, when you lose your job, when medical bills hit. Here's the math most people miss. If you don't have an emergency fund and you put a $2,000 car repair on a credit card at 22% interest and take a year to pay it off, you're actually paying $2,440. That's $440 you just lit on fire. Do that 3 or 4 times throughout your 30s, and you've burned $2,000 that could have been invested, which would have grown to almost $7,000 by retirement. Set up automatic transfers of 10 to 15% of every paycheck into a separate savings account labeled emergency fund. Make it automatic so you never see the money. This is where it gets really interesting. The median 401k balance for people in their 30s is around $20,400, according to Fidelity. But by age 35, you should have at least 1 year's salary saved for retirement. If you're making $60,000, that's $60,000 in your 401k or IRA. Here's the psychological trap. Your 30s are when your income finally starts jumping. The median income growth between ages 30 and 35 is 26%, the largest increase of any age group. Most people take that raise and immediately upgrade their lifestyle. Bigger apartment, nicer car, more expensive restaurants. But rich people, they take that raise and upgrade their savings rate instead. Someone who starts investing $500 a month at age 22 will have more money by 40 than someone who invests $1,000 a month starting at age 30. That's not a typo. Time in the market matters more than amount invested because compound interest is doing the heavy lifting. Increase your 401k contribution by 1% every time you get a raise. You won't even feel it, but your future self will thank you. Debt elimination. Your 30s should be the decade you eliminate all consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, everything except your mortgage. Why? Because debt is the opposite of compound interest. It's compound destruction. The average American in their 30s is paying hundreds of dollars a month just in interest payments. That's money that could be compounding for you instead of against you. Use the debt avalanche method. Pay minimums on everything except your highest interest debt. Throw every extra dollar at that one until it's gone, then move to the next. If you have $15,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest and you only pay minimums, you'll spend over $38,000 and take 25 years to pay it off. 25 years. This is the milestone nobody talks about. Your 30s are your peak earning growth years. Research shows that top earners see their strongest pay growth after age 35, while median workers plateau. The difference? Intentional skill development, negotiating salaries, strategic job changes, starting side businesses. If you're making $60,000 at 30 and you don't actively work on increasing your income, you might be making $75,000 by 40. But if you negotiate raises, you could be making $120,000 or more. That's an extra $45,000 plus per year, which, invested properly, becomes millions by retirement. Look, your 30s aren't about perfection. They're about progress. Every dollar you save, every debt you eliminate, these aren't small wins. They're the compound decisions that completely transform your 40s, 50s, and beyond. The person who finishes their 30s with an emergency fund, a growing retirement account, zero consumer debt, and increasing income, that person is set up for wealth. The person who doesn't, they're set up for struggle. Which one are you going to be? If this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.